Well rising to you all. A wise one once said, we must learn to live together as brother and sister, or perish together as fools. Today's reminder is another invitation to remember that I am you. The greatest mystic that we know, or don't know to exist, in Yeshua, said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Now, there are many interpretations of what that means. However, the cosmic interpretation of that saying, in that moment when the Christ was essentially removed from the earth, as the legend says, Yeshua was saying, forgive them for they know not what they do, because Yeshua knew what the people were not aware of. That they weren't killing a quote-unquote king. They weren't killing a quote-unquote savior. They weren't killing a quote-unquote Messiah. They were killing the king, the savior, the Messiah within their own selves. We have to realize that collectively we are all one thing. Collectively we are all one people. Collectively we are all one energy. And with this awareness, we have to remember that when we deny someone that appears to be someone outside of us, someone that is different from us, someone that lives in a way that we simply do not understand, when we deny that person, we deny ourselves. When we block someone, we only block ourselves. When we hurt someone else, we are only hurting ourselves. This happens because the consciousness of life, the substance of the universe, doesn't see anything separate. It sees everything as one big chain of energy that links all the way back to the source in an uninterrupted fashion. However, it is us who is not reminiscent of this reality. It is us who chooses to separate based on a class, on a color, on some type of favoritism. It is us who chooses to raise up one virtue over another, or deny some standard of living under another. It is us who is continuing to operate from a place of oneness, but only see division. And if we continue with this same mentality, we will end up, just as Martin Luther King says, as fools. And the reason why we will be fools is not because we don't have enough knowledge, not because we don't have enough intellect, is because we are trying to use the cosmic force of oneness to separate, which is essentially trying to put a square inside of a circle. So every time that we see someone that we don't like, we're attempting to put a square inside of a circle. Anytime we see something that says that's terrible, we're putting a square inside of a circle. Anytime that we raise up someone being better than another, we are putting a square inside of a circle. And the crazy part about it is we are both the circle and the square. And when we realize that we are all of the shapes, that we are all of the colors, we are all of the sizes, we are all of the infinite expressions of the one thing, we will no longer try to fit something into something else. We will stop trying to push things together that don't belong. We'll stop trying to separate things that wish to be. We will be the agent of love that lets love reign supreme. And if we allow love to reign supreme in our own consciousness, we will become the arbiter of change in our environment. We will realize that it is our responsibility to denounce all denouncers. We will know it is our responsibility to never choose a side, to see the virtues in both opposing understandings. We will know that we have to stand in the middle and be the beacon of light. That is not the light of right, facing against the darkness of wrong. That it is the light that is transcendent, that supplies both positive and negative. We must learn to live practically honoring another person's existence. For again, that person who's separate from us is not existing on somewhere different. They're existing right along with you, as you, in a way that you have not invited yourself to experience yet. So, instead of denying someone else's experience, instead of denying something that you don't understand, invite yourself to go see what it is like. Openly be ready to walk in someone else's shoes. Openly be ready to understand someone else's perspective and honor it completely, no matter what the difference may be. When we do that, we will then draw one step closer to the infinite spark that is fueling every form of existence that exists. And if the source itself is fueling it and blessing it and let it be, we must let it be too. So, your reminder is to remember that I am you, and we are all one. Here's your affirmation. The witness of truth. There is a witness within me who knows the truth and will not let me enter into falsehood. My inner guide keeps me on the pathway of life and directs me at times to that which all is right and best. I shall never be without the witness of the Spirit, for I believe in it and accept it as the great companion of the soul. The Spirit within me is perfect now. This is your reminder to self. Blessings.